I wasn't getting this table, and I went, do you like the in-betweeners? They were like, what? I went, I'm shaving the in-betweeners. Oh, don't be ridiculous.
This is high reactivity. You can't just tell me it's wrong because you don't like the answer.
No, but I'm fine. I opened my eyes, I couldn't see anything, I panicked.
I ran up the fucking stairs, walked in the room and he went, oh, I thought I went blind for a second there.
What do you want me to do? What do you want someone to do? We all good? Am I getting the nod? You nodding?
Yeah.
Nodding. Hello and welcome to the Buckleys, the podcast where we sit down, have a chat, moan a bit and invite you into our lives. Come on in. To our lives. Why not? You okay?
Yeah.
Before we
you
get
always
into...
give me trouble for interrupting this bit.
Do you mind, Claire? I'm trying to do the introduction. Before we get into it, we just wanted to remind you that you can get in touch with your stories and questions for us by emailing the Buckleys at platformmedia.uk, or of course you can message us at the Buckleys Pod on Instagram and TikTok. And don't forget to follow and subscribe to the show on Spotify or whatever podcast app that you like to use. And if you do enjoy the show, why not go ahead and leave us a little review. Done.
5 stars.
5 stars, please. 5 stars, please. I should probably kick off by mentioning that we might have a podcast first in this episode.
What? I better actually wake up a bit.
Yeah.
I did actually get comfy there.
Something that that has never been done on a podcast before, to my knowledge.
Go on.
Now, Claire, as you know, we had a lovely dinner last night. I had a little tandoori king prawn, vindaloo. It was amazing. But a meal that perfect does obviously come at a price. And I'm hoping that I've paid for it when I had to jump out of bed this morning. But I will be honest with you, the belly is still a little bit wobbly. And we might have a podcast first. Live on this very episode. So stick around, guys. Find out if I shit myself. It might happen.
Is that why you went all black?
Yeah, just safety.
Yeah. I like this shirt. It's very colourful, apart from the main part being black, but the collar's very...
It's just a little pop, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very colourful.
Little pop of colour.
Bit too much.
But yeah, that's exciting, isn't it?
Yeah, can't wait.
Who knows? Will James shit himself?
Can't wait.
It could happen. If someone's going to do it, it's going to be me.
Yeah. And to be fair, it should be you, mate.
Yeah.
If somebody's going to do that on a podcast, it should be you.
Do you know what?
You deserve it.
If I get, obviously, I'm going to try my hardest not to shit myself because I'm not a lunatic. But if somebody else then goes on to shit themselves on a podcast, I'm going to be a bit annoyed.
Yeah, I would actually be annoyed for you.
Do you reckon Guinness? Is there like a? Because Guinness World Records, the book. First person to shit themselves, properly shit themselves on a podcast.
That's not a world record, is it?
It is being the first, being the fastest to do it, the firstest.
The firstest? Okay, well, we'll see.
Guinness, get in touch, let me know. Anyway, Claire.
Yeah.
Here's something that happened to me this week.
Oh, okay.
There was a little thought in my head. We were driving back from somewhere and you, Cosmo and Harrison were asleep in the back.
Right.
Me and Jude were in the front.
Yeah.
So it was just left to me and Jude to keep the conversation going.
Okay.
Jude was doing a great job, bless him, keeping the driver entertained.
Right.
Because usually what happens is everyone falls asleep. And I'm not allowed to put the radio on because then that wakes people up. So I'm sat in a car in silence, nodding off myself. It's only because I'm drunk at the time.
Okay.
So Jude goes to me, we went past the service station, there was a Greggs, and Jude goes, oh, can we get a Greggs? And I was a bit like, I'm not stopping, mate. Right. But I did that thing, I was like, maybe we'll get the next one.
Okay.
And then fucking, I don't know, it must have been about 6 minutes later, there was another one.
Right.
I was like driving...
Wow, this is a really safe journey.
Wait until we got past it, and then he was like, oh, Dad, there's another Greggs. And I was like,
That's so mean. Why didn't you just get him a little sausage roll?
But then... because we're making good time.
Right,
we're doing quite well. Anyway, we then drove past a Greggs factory. Can't remember exactly where it was. It was on the side of the motorway, and it was the plant. It was the place where they, I don't know, build the pie before they send it off to get...
grow the sausages?
Yeah. And I went to Jude, there's a factory. There's the Greggs factory. He was like, oh yeah. I went, do you want to go in? Do you want to go and have a look? And he was like, oh yeah, very funny. And then I was like, no, do you want to? Do you want to go in and have a look? And
I
then
don't think you'll be able just to wander in.
This is what I'm thinking, Claire. So then I spent the rest of the journey thinking about how, don't get me wrong, I'm not like as famous as I used to be, sure.
Right.
But
thinking you could pull some strings.
I feel like even when I was quite famous, I've never really taken advantage of it.
Right.
What do you reckon I could do? Could I just turn up to a Greg's factory and just go, it's Joe from the In-Betweeners here. Do you reckon me and my kids could just have a look around? And...
No, not
Do you not think so?
No.
Do you not think they wouldn't just go, fucking hell?
No.
Come on in.
No. Because I used to work in a factory and there's protocols and you got to...
If I turned up to Johnny Walker's, they wouldn't go, come and have a look then?
No.
They wouldn't?
No, I don't think so.
Of course they would.
Okay. Can I remind you of the time where you tried to get us a table at TGI Fridays and you couldn't even do that?
No. Yeah, that's true. That is true.
So
no, but they were trying to prove a point. They were just being. They were being.
No, they were saying we don't have any, and you were going.
They could have. They could have made some. They could have done something.
Right, and they didn't.
No, but they could have done.
And that was a lot of years ago.
They could have done.
So I don't think you got any.
They
pull
could
for
have
anything.
done.
What do you think you could do?
There was also that time that I couldn't get a table at Miller and Carter as well when I was on the phone.
Yeah, and you were on the phone. You started going, not mental as in shouting at people, but he was gone. They said to him, you can't book a table. That was the problem.
But now you can.
Now you can, but then you couldn't. And they were on the phone saying to him, you can't book a table. The only reason we did that is because I think we had a few people with us. And you were gone, James was gone, you can't book a table. Can't say there's like 8 people coming. And they were like, no, you just need to turn up. And he was like, but what if we turn up and you can't accommodate us? That's like a bit of a waste. And they were like, it's just... And James just suddenly out of nowhere went, I'm Elton John. I'm Elton John. Are you telling Elton John that he can't book a table?
That's not what I said. I was, because I was showing off a bit. I was a bit like you.
Yeah, you were. My sister and everybody was there.
I was just trying to make people laugh, and I wasn't getting this table. And I went, "Do you like the In-Betweeners?" They were like, "What?" I went, "You ever seen the In-Betweeners?"
No, you didn't.
That's how I started. I went, "I'm Jay from the In-Betweeners." And they were like, "Right, well, we can't give you a table." I went, well, "Okay, all right. Well, I'm Elton John then. I'm Elton John. You're telling Elton John that he can't have a table
at Miller and Carter.
At Miller and Carter. You're turning away Elton John. You're turning away Elton John right now."
Yeah.
I was being silly.
Yeah.
I wasn't being genuine.
Said you were James.
No, I did.
I don't think you did.
That's how I got into it. But yeah, I wanted to think about, and I wanted some listener suggestions.
What do they think you could weasel your way into?
What can I get away with? Could I do one of those things where I just turn up to a jail and just go, can I have a look around the prison cell?
No, you definitely couldn't do that. No.
What about if I wanted to scare the boys straight or something?
Wait, what?
Just go, if you muck about, this is where you'll end up.
Oh, our boys, right? So I thought you were talking about the prisoners. I was like...
What, me turn up to a prison? Like, right, guys. I'd get my chair and I'd turn it backwards and I'd sit on it like that.
Yeah, I was
like,
thinking,
hey,
no.
I could have been like you. Yeah, I grew up on the mean streets of Dagenham. All right? But I had a goal in life.
What voice
I had something
is this?
I set.
What voice is this?
Motivational.
Right.
Motivational speaker voice.
Okay.
Motivational, salt of the earth, I'm one of you guys voice.
Right, okay.
Sure, I've done some naughty stuff in my time, got involved in some situations, but I found my way out of it. And you lot could be like me.
No, I don't think that would work either.
No, but could I... Is there stuff I could be doing?
I reckon at the most...
Is there stuff I should have...
At the most, I think you could, squeeze a table in a restaurant somewhere that was maybe a bit busy. Right, well, if you can't do that, what the fuck else are you going to do?
Well, I just want some suggestions. What could I... If I just turned up somewhere...
What's related to the In-Betweeners?
Well, what if I just knocked on someone's door? Just knocked on someone's door. Just got out of the car and just knocked on someone's door and just
what,
went...
though?
All right.
And what if they didn't know who you are?
Well, that's what I'm saying. We need to sort of...
What are you saying? Because I'm...
What I'm saying is there... Have I wasted fame?
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I got famous and decided that I just wanted to sit at home and be indoors all day long.
Yeah.
Whereas what I maybe should have been doing was, turning up to Greg's factories and stuff. I saw the Greg's factory and I was like, I'd love to turn up to that. I wonder if they'll just let me.
Right.
So I'm asking people to suggest.
Okay.
What
so
do you
if
think I
they
should be
had
doing?
a little bit of fame on your sort of level,
Yeah.
what
would
they do? What can they suggest you do?
Like-
and then why don't one day we'll send you out a couple of places, see if it works?
Like the knocking on the door thing, knocking on someone's door, maybe wait until it's about 3 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon and see if someone's doing a roast or something and see if I can just get invited in to have a Sunday roast with a bunch of strangers.
Yeah, maybe. Depends.
It's a little experiment.
I mean, I wouldn't care if Elton John did knock on my door on Sunday at 3 o'clock and just ask to come in and have whatever we're having. I'd go, no.
It's Elton John.
I go, well, that's not enough.
No, he'd go, no, you'd bring him in. We've got a little keyboard. He can jump on that.
Right, while we eat.
Whatever. I'll sing along as well, you know me.
Yeah.
Oh, I love to break into a bit of Rocket Man.
Yeah.
It'd be brilliant.
Okay.
Elton John turning up. Yeah, you're what? You're going to say, no, sorry, Elton. Exactly, this is my point.
Yeah,
no
I
one's
think I
saying no
would.
to Elton John.
I think I would.
Why? In
Well,
what world?
Sunday, it's the one day to just relax.
It's Elton John. You can relax next Sunday.
What if the toilet's not clean? What if you've just shat in the downstairs toilet?
I don't shit in the downstairs toilet.
And then Elton's going to go and tell everybody.
I don't shit down the downstairs toilet. All right? But yeah, let me know. What could I be doing? What should I be doing? What I should be using this J from the In-Betweeners because everyone knows me as that. Let's face it, I'm stuck with it for the rest of my life now. Let's turn it into an advantage.
Okay.
Let's have a very quick moan.
Okay.
Very,
Just a
very
quick
quick
one.
moan. We were talking about train etiquette. I've got a new one for you.
Go on.
Obviously, we hate unnecessary noises on the train, people talking on the phone too loud, playing music, watching a film. I was on the tube with Harrison the other day.
Yeah. What happened?
Some bloke just playing the spoons.
No
Just
way.
playing the spoons.
No
Just
way.
sat there, 2 spoons, just clickety-clacketing.
No
Yeah.
way. How come you didn't tell me this?
I forgot all about it. Until this morning.
What?
Playing the spoons.
Was he drunk? Was he an old drunk Irishman?
No,
That's what I'm picturing.
no.
My papa used to play the spoons.
Yeah, but he
In the house.
was just playing the spoons on the train there. Just playing the spoons.
Did you and Harrison quite enjoy it? Or was it irritating?
No, it was irritating.
Right.
It was really irritating.
Okay.
Because he wasn't very good at it.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, if he was really good at it, I'd go, fuck me, that's quite funny, isn't
Yeah.
it? That's broken up the journey.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
He hadn't quite got the hang of it, and I don't
Right.
know why he was doing it. It wasn't like a thing like, oh, can you give us a few quid?
He was just doing it.
He was just doing it.
to pass the time.
He was
of
sat
the-
down doing it. He wasn't like walking up and down the carriage or anything.
Wow, that's a weird one.
He was just sat down doing the spoons.
Was he homeless?
No, he had a really nice pair of Adidas trainers on. I remember
Was
that.
he young?
No, middle-aged, I think. Or he might have just looked a bit older. He might. I assume he's one of those guys that have had a life.
Well,
I think
only
he's-
you have to have a life to
I think
sit
he-
and play the spoons.
Exactly. I think he's lived. I
Yeah.
think he's like open
Right.
to the world for
Right.
its adventures and
Right, yeah.
just him and his spoons.
Right. Did you give him the stink eye?
No, he was over my shoulder.
Right.
He was behind me.
So weird.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Harrison didn't say something kind of loud. Like, he's got that in him.
No, Harrison was just doing this to me. He was just giving me the eyes going, fuck's that all about, Dad?
Of course, he would never speak like that.
But that is just
That's a new level,
that's
isn't
just
it?
the cross section of London.
Yeah.
You just, if you want to know anything about central London, that was it in that moment. Fucking weirdo playing spoons on the tube.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, little train, little new one.
Yeah.
New
Don't
spoons.
play the spoons
Playing the
on the train.
spoons.
Come on, guys.
Are we banning that? Will that be
Let's do
involved in
it.
President Buckley?
Let's do it. I don't think there should be any instruments or cutlery, for that matter, on tubes.
Yeah, I suppose.
And definitely don't merge the pair.
Yeah, the spoon. Playing the spoons. Badly, by the way.
That's weird.
Really shit.
What is this podcast about?
I've still got more.
Oh, okay,
Talk about-
sorry. Go on then.
People are rushing me here. I've
Sorry.
still-
No, go for it.
This is my time to have a little moan. No, I've just I've noticed that there's a new social media trend, Claire. Obviously, I've spoke about it before. how it used to be about showing off your car and your watch, and how you're a CEO and your girlfriend's a CEO, and you're both bosses living the CEO lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's done a 180. It's done a 180 on me recently.
What do you mean?
So now it's about how frugal you can be. I keep getting, so someone will be holding the camera or the phone or something, and they'll go like, if you're really a millionaire, why are you going through the bins on the back of a Burger King to get food? And they're like, well, why would I pay for food in a supermarket when I can get perfectly good food in this bin? It's stuff like that.
What?
Well, that's a bit of an exaggeration, I'll be honest with you. But it is like, but it is like, if you're really a millionaire.
So there's a person talking to a millionaire.
Yeah.
Right.
Or someone that claims to be a millionaire.
Right.
And they're like, and I've been through it.
Right.
I was like, what the fuck is this all about?
Well, you do get those really posh people who, like, if it's yellow, let it mellow.
Well, yeah. But
like those ones. And they're minted.
So it'd be like, if you're a
millionaire. But they're wearing 5th generation cords.
Why are you driving a 1993 Vauxhall Cavalier? That sort of thing.
Yeah.
Well, this is a perfectly good car and it's done. I don't need to.
Yeah. Those aren't the people, though, that are sharing the Rolex on their Instagram picture.
It's gone the other way.
Right, yeah.
Now it's cool to be a millionaire, still be a millionaire. You still got to be a millionaire. That's very important. So it's sort of, the first sentence is, if you're a millionaire, so you know that they're a millionaire straight away.
Yeah.
So they're still showing off. Don't get me wrong. But now you've got to be a millionaire that doesn't care about money.
Right, yeah. Yeah. Now, listen. We're very lucky, you know, we have a nice lifestyle and we're comfortable, and I'm very, very grateful for that. But I am glad, because I know we've actually had this conversation before where you're like, what, you don't want to be like a multi-millionaire with yachts and stuff. I don't want that. Like, I'm glad just to be like a normal person. Yeah. Comfortable, doing well, and just not. I feel like.
Yeah, they do, don't they? They're not on the same planet,
no,
are they?
I don't. I feel like they're either, like you're saying, it's either completely obsessed with Lamborghinis and watches and designer this, designer that, or it's those rich people who don't wash because they need to save on water. Yeah. Like, I'm happy just to be normal. Clean.
Well, we're working class that came into a little bit of money. Yeah. That's what we are.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was it.
I'm happy with that. I don't want to reach.
No. You can be bothered.
Not me.
Don't do it.
I'm not. And that's why I'm not, because I don't want to.
But yeah.
That's why I'm not on a yacht every weekend. It's because I don't want to. Yeah. Okay.
I'd rent a yacht.
No, I mean, listen, who wouldn't love a little taste of that lifestyle?
Yeah, no, I'd rent a yacht. I wouldn't buy a yacht. I wouldn't even be able to tell you how much it would cost to rent a yacht. How do you even rent a yacht? Where do you go to rent a yacht? Where's the yacht people? This is what I'm talking about.
Don't know.
Like, we just...
That's not Jay for the In-Betweeners stuff. That's Elton John stuff.
That's Elton John, isn't it? Well, that's the thing. If I keep talking about how brilliant Elton John is and how much I love Elton John, maybe I can get in with him. Next thing you know, me, Elton and David, we're on a yacht together.
That's plan. I'm sure he's listening.
I bet he is. Yeah. Hey, listen, Claire, I've had my little moan and I appreciate it. Thank you for listening to that. I do love getting that stuff off of my tits. And it is time now, Claire. The moment is upon us.
Go on.
To check out the results of my allergies, intolerances, sort of...
Yeah.
So let's have a little swig of beer.
Okay, this is exciting. Who's reading it? Shall I read it out so that you
maybe you read it out. Yeah. Let's have a swig of beer. Do a little swipe.
Here he goes again,
and cue the allergies theme.
Allergies.
Well, that's just Spider-Man.
What are the allergies?
That's just Spider-Man. No. You're not allowed to do that.
Yeah, I've changed it enough. That's how you become a millionaire. All right.
Here we go.
You ready?
Yeah.
Right. So it was episode 17.
Yeah.
That I plucked some of your hair. from your head.
Yes. They were very specific about that.
Yeah.
Which is fair enough.
They didn't want
They did say no pubic
the
hair.
pubes. Took a few weeks, but the results are in.
The results are in.
How you feeling about it before I give you them? Nervous?
No, excited.
Yeah?
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. It's not like a...
So,
They're not going to tell me if I'm dying or anything, will they? It's not like one of those tests.
well, James,
What?
I do have some bad news.
Really? Oh, careful, because I take this stuff seriously. This is now how... Whatever the results are here is how I'm going to live my life.
Okay, well, listen,
forward.
before I give you the results,
Yeah.
got a little disclaimer from the company that does this.
Oh, what are they going
okay?
to say? Oh, these results might not be accurate.
Okay. We test for sensitivities,
Right.
not allergies specifically.
Sure. I'm
right.
not
So
really
you
allergic
can't
to anything.
actually say, I'm allergic to this because this test said so.
Right.
But you are sensitive to it,
Right.
which means it could
sensitive-
affect you
I'm
in
a
some
sensitive
way.
guy. I bet vinegar comes up. Because I sweat when I have salt and vinegar discos, don't I?
These are the items that our testing shows that you are most likely to have sensitivity to,
Right.
or that fall outside of range.
Okay.
We would recommend the removal of these items from your daily diet for 6 to 8 weeks using a structured elimination diet, followed by a gradual reintroduction.
Right.
Okay? So, you've got some high reactivity items.
So stuff that I'd react
Stuff
to.
that they would suggest you try and cut out.
Cut out. Okay.
Right?
Right.
And then you've also got moderate reactivity,
Okay,
which
okay.
still isn't great because you've
Sure.
got some sort of reaction to it.
All right.
So do you want to start with your high ones?
Yeah, I think we'll just focus on those, shall we?
No, we've got to go on to moderate.
Oh, okay. Right, okay.
Right, let me pick a couple. So from high reactivity.
Don't pick a couple. I need to know them all.
well,
don't I?
there's a lot though, but I'll just
Yeah,
pick.
just rattle them off.
Well, some of them you won't care about. Almond flour,
Right, exactly. I need to... Oh, it's nice to know.
prawns.
Prawns.
What did you just say you had last night?
Tandoori king prawn. And to be fair, I'm not feeling well.
Prawns, shrimp,
Prawns, shrimps, a shellfish.
parmesan,
Yeah, nonsense.
garlic.
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. These are all the stuff...
This is high reactivity you've got from
This
these.
is all the stuff that I eat.
Well, not really, because also apples,
Well, I try and avoid those.
fish sauce,
What's fish sauce?
like
oyster
sauce.
Right.
Butter.
Butter. So milk then as well.
Yeah, soft cheese, buttermilk, condensed milk, evaporated milk, milk from goats, milk from cows. So milk. Ice cream.
Oh, don't be ridiculous.
This is high reactivity. You can't just tell me it's wrong because you don't like the answer.
No, but I'm fine.
Oh, no, you're fine. No, you're fine. Lots of cheese, lots of milk,
It's like one of the main ingredients of a cheeseburger.
prawns, fish sauce, and shrimp. So you've got a little bit of the seafood thing in there as well.
They're all good stuff.
Yeah. Right, so those were your high reactions, right? Now, I've also got a little bit here which they're calling out of range, which we've interpreted as that you need to reduce.
I'm having too much of it.
You're having too much
I'm
of it.
ODing on it.
Sleep.
Oh, fuck off.
Too much melatonin.
That's bullshit, man.
Mhm.
That is bullshit.
Mhm.
I'm not getting it. I am definitely not
Mhm.
having too much sleep. I can promise you that.
Watch him agree with this one. Stress.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm very stressed. Very stressful.
So you're
Trying to live the CEO life
yeah.
on a janitor's wage.
Do you want your moderate reactions now?
Yeah.
Because this one's going to hurt you a little bit more.
Go on.
Ketchup.
Oh, no, yeah, listen, right? I'm not... Don't get me wrong. When I was a kid, I had everything swimming in ketchup.
Yeah,
Nowadays, the only thing I use ketchup for is for a kebab.
yeah, but it's like a whole bottle.
Yeah, I do go through it a lot.
James has ketchup. He gets a plain kebab and then eats it
No
with ketchup.
salad, no sauce in it. I just have it with ketchup.
Not with the garlic sauce. That's
No.
criminal. Oh, God.
Yeah, I'd love a kebab right
Yeah,
now.
me too. Barbecue sauce,
Oh, fuck off.
tomato juice, curry. Curries came up. you have a moderate reaction to curry.
That's not true.
It says curry paste, which is curry.
Yeah.
And just before I send you on your merry way,
Yeah.
on the non-food that came up, because, you know, it can tell you, like, if you're allergic to dogs or birds or whatever, goat hair.
Goats.
Make sure you stay away from
goats.
Goat hair.
Well, that's going to be difficult, Claire. Because I am the goat.
So, any surprises there?
No, there's no surprises. No, do you know what? I knew what this was going to be. It was good. I knew that this test, and I feel like I said this, that the test was going to be, you know, all that stuff that you love.
Yeah.
That's why you feel the way you do.
Yeah.
And obviously it was. And they did nail it. To be fair on them, they've nailed
cheese,
it.
A lot of
they've
dairy.
nailed all the stuff that I am very partial to.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I am tired and lethargic quite a lot. And
yes, no, but let's not forget you're getting too much sleep.
No.
You have too much melatonin.
That's not true, by the way. But, well, maybe it's the curries, you know.
Go on.
That's, you know, and when I do have a curry, I go for it, don't I? Mm-hmm. I really have. There's a lot going on with my order.
Does any of those results make you go, that makes sense?
Yeah, they all make sense. They all make sense.
Right.
They have pinpointed everything that I have, that a human's allotted space.
Yeah.
Like I do. I have way too much curry.
Lots of cheeseburgers.
Lots of cheeseburgers.
Lots of ketchup.
Lots of ketchup, yeah.
So is there anything then that will change for you? Will you try and cut any of that out?
What am I supposed to do?
Try and cut some out?
Well, then that just... If I cut all that stuff out, it basically leaves me with crisps.
No vinegar turned up.
Yeah, that's weird.
No
Although
vinegar.
all that tomato stuff makes me think...
That's, yeah.
Because there's lots of vinegar in tomato ketchup, lots of vinegar in barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
Because I think tomato ketchup's just in barbecue sauce, really.
Yeah, I think it is. Is there anything that you were hoping would come up that didn't?
Yeah, if broccoli had turned up or something like that, or sprouts.
Yeah, but that would never turn up because you've never had that in your body.
If sprouts had turned up and I could be like, you've got to keep them out of the kitchen, Claire.
Right.
Sprouts,
so then that would have been
cannot
serious.
go anywhere near my meal.
So all of that's bullshit, but that would have been serious. You would have, right. Would you rather eat a sprout or shove it up your ass? Like if you had to.
Do you know what? I don't know the answer to that question. I don't know the answer to it.
That's how much you hate
Both would
them.
be unpleasant.
Surely you'd rather just eat it and get it done.
I thought you were going to say the other thing. I thought you were going to go.
So that's where that's your answer. If that's what you thought, then that's your answer.
I thought you were going to go, surely you'd rather just shove it up your ass than have to like chew it and stuff and taste it all and everything.
Right, so you'd rather just done.
Yeah, probably. Probably.
Okay.
That's nuts though. Cider's on this list.
Oh, is it? Oh, I missed that. Oh, well,
I do have
apple
a problem
cider vinegar.
I do have a problem.
Oh, cider,
I
sorry.
do have a problem with cider.
Well, it's because there's a lot of apple stuff in here. There's lots of apple, there's lots of almond stuff, there's lots of dairy, shellfish.
I haven't had a cider for a few years, and I love cider.
You do get bad heartburn.
Yeah, I absolutely love
true.
like on a summer's day, a little Bulmers or Magners or something like that. Absolutely brilliant. I was drinking Copperberg once.
Yeah.
Strawberry cider?
Strawberry and lime?
Yeah. Oh God, it's amazing. It's so tasty and so lovely, especially on a hot day. And then because it's like drinking.
Well, it's like Fanta Twist, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's like drinking a Fanta. So I necked like 2 or 3 cans of those in the space of, I don't know, about 20 minutes or something, because I'm a big child. And then I thought I was having a heart attack. I'm lying on the floor in the living room on my back going, Claire, this is really bad, which I've realised that you're not supposed to lie on your back, by the way, if you're having heartburn.
I mean, I could have told you
I was
that
going, oh
no
my
matter
God.
what
I was literally
happening.
like rolling around the floor going, oh God. And that was when Paisley stood on my balls when I was...
Yeah.
And that didn't help because she thought I was mucking about.
Yeah.
She thought I was like trying to like play with her and wrestle with her and stuff. She like jumped up and went straight, like caught everything, caught the whole smorgasbord that's going on down there. There wasn't something that didn't get her great big massive paw and her huge weight slammed down on. So that also made me feel worse. And I could see you. You were so angry And I was suffering so much, and I was just going, you don't care about me, do you, Claire? You could have rubbed my back or something, or...
You were on your back!
I know, but you could have been like, oh, I better help him out. He's obviously in a lot of pain. And I was, and it lasted for ages. And I was in so much pain.
I don't deal well with...
No, you don't. No sympathy.
No, I've got sympathy.
No, you don't.
Yes,
no, you
I do.
No,
I'm
you
always
do not.
sympathetic. You're always fucking moaning about something.
But
when you get mental, when you go mental...
This was like, I was worried.
You do this stuff all the time.
I thought my heart was going to pop.
And me rubbing your back would have helped you.
It might have made me... Well, if I'm going, it might have been a nice way to go. That's what I'm saying. That annoys you about me, doesn't it?
What?
If I have indigestion, I say things like, my heart's going to pop.
Yeah.
Like if something... like.
Yeah, because it's never actually, I felt like I was having a heart attack. It's, Claire, I feel like my heart's going to pop. Like, what are you supposed to say to that?
It's like when I looked at the sun once years ago by accident, and I said to you, I think I've burnt my retinas.
Or that time you woke up in the morning and you thought you were blind.
Yeah, no, that was true. For a split second, I opened my eyes, I couldn't see anything, I panicked.
Oh, you panicked?
You would as well.
No, normal people, for a split second.
It's never happened since. It's never happened before. You should have heard him shouting, Claire! Claire! Yeah.
I ran up the fucking stairs, walked in the room, and he went...
Yeah, by the time he got there, it was sorted.
Oh, God, sorry. Oh, I thought I went blind for a second there.
I thought I'd gone, what do you want me to do? What do you want someone to do? Open the eyes weren't working. And that's still a problem. That's still something that I probably should have... I mean, don't get me wrong, this was years ago. It's not happened since. It's never happened to me before. Open the eye, like couldn't see.
For a split second? It's just the morning.
That's terrifying. That is terrifying.
Stop shouting.
I'm just saying, that is really terrifying. I really shit myself when that happened to me.
Anyway.
Dairy, shell, fish and apples. Apples, all right, I can get rid of. Dairy? Dairy's in all the good stuff.
It's in everything.
It's in cereal.
Your carbonara.
Yeah.
It's very buttery, cheesy.
Shellfish.
That's one of your favourites.
Lobster's my favourite thing to eat. Don't get it often, do you? No, don't get me wrong.
Listen to the janitor.
No, but I'm just saying, listen, I'm not saying I have it every night.
No.
You don't get to have it often.
No.
So if it's on a menu, I'm getting lobster, I'll go, brilliant.
You're not going to listen to any of that, are you? You're not going to take any of that on board, apart from the apples.
I maybe should.
And the almonds.
Almonds, yeah. But where am I supposed to go then if I'm not allowed to have milk?
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to have milk or almonds.
Almonds, not almonds.
Well, it depends where you're from, Claire. We're from different places. We pronounce things differently. Why is this always a new thing for you?
Because it's still almonds.
It's almond.
You don't really have a lot of milk anyway, to be fair.
No,
you don't have a lot of milk.
If anything, I should have more.
Well, obviously not.
No, I know, and I do think that. And listen, I'll tell you. Right, yeah, let's get onto this. Actually, let's get onto this. I love a lovely cold glass of milk. I used to always drink milk. I used to maybe have.
I know what you're going to say,
James.
You can still have a glass of milk if you want. Nobody stops you.
But in the world, I'm not one of these people. And because I'm not one of these people, I'm an outcast and I'm a freak.
No.
But I'm not a tea drinker.
That's not what you
I'm not a massive tea drinker. But the milk...
You don't have any?
The milk is for the tea drinkers.
No, I've never said that to you.
If there's a glass of milk left in the bottle and I pour that out and I go, well, I'll finish the milk off and I'll have a glass of milk.
Well, anybody who finishes the milk is a prick.
Someone's got to finish it. Someone's got to finish it.
Well, but
who finished the milk? Yeah, it was me. I drank it. Well, that's for tea.
Well, here's the point, right? Here's the point. If you are taking just a glass of milk, right? If that's all you want, a glass of milk, you could leave a little bit for the coffee the next day.
Right, fine.
If we don't have time to get...
What if there isn't enough?
Well, you just take less in the glass.
Right, so then what? So then what I end up doing is I go, well, I won't bother then because there's all these rules about milk
There's
now.
not rules.
I'm not allowed to just drink milk.
But how bad is it
unless
to get
it goes
up in
into
the morning?
tea? If I had it in tea,
if you get up in the morning and there's no milk for the coffee or the tea,
I wouldn't know.
Right, but if you want to finish the milk, just go and get another one before you go to bed.
No, but then it's like, but it would be like, oh, there's a glass of milk. Whoa. What's going on here?
I've never stopped you.
I've just drunk some milk.
I've never stopped you for drinking milk. I'm just saying.
So now I've been conditioned.
Leave a wee bit.
I've been conditioned now to not go anywhere near the milk.
Well, it's a good fucking job, innit? Because you're allergic to it.
Right. Basically, I'm not gonna take anything on board. I'm not gonna follow their advice.
And it is only advice, to be fair.
Yeah.
It's not.
But it's like...
It's good to see it written out, what affects them.
Yeah, sure, I like a prawn, and apparently that's not good for me. But people like heroin. And that's not good for them.
It's true.
So it could be worse, couldn't it?
Yeah. Weigh it up.
Okay. All right, here we go. It's the time that everyone's been waiting for, Claire. It's time for Buckley's Law. Slap at the bass. This is the segment. This is the segment where we discuss new laws that we would, and that's been crossed out, will pass when we are in power.
Let's do it.
Yes, this is the segment where we discuss new laws that we're going to implement once we're in number 10, and I'm thinking that we will knock through to number 11.
12.
Or number 12 or whatever it is.
Yeah, we'll knock through.
'Cause the Chancellor lives there, is that right?
Yeah.
They can go somewhere else.
Well, that's who I would be.
You'd be
I'd
the
look
Chancellor.
after
Well,
the
then
money.
we'll knock through then.
Yeah.
Make it one great big fuck off mansion.
Yeah.
Anyway, keep your laws coming in. You can email us, thebuckleys@platformmedia.uk, or you can message us at the Buckleys Pod on Tinstagram and TikTok. And we've got a couple here. First one is from Aaron.
Aaron!
Guinness.
What's his problem?
I want annoying Guinness drinkers banned.
Oh.
Not the average guy who likes a Guinness,
Right.
but the people who can't have a Guinness without splitting the G or
split the
going on
G.
about Guinness for half an hour and telling me about the pipes.
The pipes?
Yeah, but like the pipes that comes in. I don't know. Yeah, people get into
Right.
it. No, I'm with you, Aaron. I'm absolutely with you. I'm from a family of Guinness drinkers.
Right.
Loads of people drink Guinness in my family. Grew up, my dad drank Guinness, granddad drank Guinness. Been around Guinness drinkers since I can remember.
Okay.
This splitting the G thing is I've only been aware of this for the last half a year or so.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. Split the G.
Yeah. Is it necessary?
Well, no.
It sounds like a fun game, don't get me wrong. But
Do you like Guinness now?
No, I don't,
No.
which I'm ashamed to say.
I don't really like Guinness.
I feel like I should
I
make
know,
myself.
a Buckley.
I feel like I should make myself like Guinness.
I made myself like pepperoni.
You certainly did,
'Cause-
and I'm very grateful.
Because it sounded better to have a pepperoni pizza.
Right.
And I never used to like it.
Oh, pepperoni.
No, I love it. Yeah, but I did make myself like it.
But this all just sounds like cock.
I'm
But
still working on that.
but yeah, no, you don't. Yeah, it's.
There are annoying Guinness drinkers who go on about it.
I don't think it is like the bloke says, like Aaron says here. Not the average guy who likes a Guinness.
Right. Yeah.
Because
These new Guinness drinkers, do you think?
it's new Guinness.
Right. Split the G.
They've all turned up from somewhere.
Right.
Because there was like pubs in London have been running out of Guinness and stuff like that. It's a bunch of kids. So it's the next generation under us. Right. They've suddenly discovered Guinness.
Right. Is it the beanie wearers?
And you know what it's like with that younger generation to us, where they think they've invented everything.
Yeah.
They're like, fucking Guinness, check this out.
Yeah.
And the rest of the world are going, yeah, it's been around for hundreds of years, by the way.
Right, yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. They wear glasses that you don't need.
Yeah, they all claim ownership to stuff. Them lot, all these next lot that have just started going to the
Yeah.
pubs and stuff.
Yeah.
They all act as if, and you see it on like TikToks with like jokes and observations and stuff like
Right.
that. Observational humour on Instagram.
Yeah.
It's a bit like, yeah, we would. I think the Far Show made a whole sort of thing about that 30
Right.
years ago, guys. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. No, I know who you're talking about. No, all right, we'll do that for Aaron.
Aaron, that's in. Good
Yeah.
for you, Aaron. That's a good one.
Yeah, we'll do that for him.
We got Stuart from Irvine.
Irvine?
Broomlands.
Not from Irvine.
No, do you know
So I don't
do you know it though? No.
Broomlands, maybe.
For Buckley's Law, I would ban people from swimming with dolphins
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
because they are the bampots of the sea. What does that mean?
Oh, I was going for a different point. A bam pot, like a bam, you wee bam, you wee.
Gonna need something else. You can keep saying the words. Like a bam pot. Bam pot. Oh, he's a bam pot.
Well, I suppose just a bit of an idiot,
Right.
but
Bit of a clown.
He's just like a wee prick.
Right. Perfect. They swim about thinking, look at me, I'm cool, I'm a dolphin.
Right, I thought you were going different with this, Stuart. I got to be honest.
Because of the cruelty.
Yes.
Because of the awful cruelty.
Yes.
So
he's against the dolphins.
So I have swam with dolphins.
You have, yeah. I was very
and
annoyed.
I don't really have much of an excuse, to be honest. It was for a film. It was for the In-Betweeners. And we'd all, I think the Cove, it was either the Cove or Blackfish, I think it was Blackfish actually, had literally just came out. And we'd all watched it and said what an amazing documentary that was. And then we had to do a scene with dolphins and we were all like,
this is not good.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
And it was awful, Claire.
Yeah, no, I don't like it.
I do wish...
you wish you would say,
never do
I'm
it
not
now.
doing this.
Absolutely not. Yeah, but I wish...
It's hard though when it's part of a film and things have been paid for.
You don't want to be that guy. You don't want to be a problem for people. That is something that everyone worries about. There's a culture on film sets where you don't want to be a problem and you just go along with stuff.
Right.
Because you don't want to ruffle any feathers. And I do...
wish you'd
I don't want
to.
I don't want to turn this podcast into anything serious. Of course I don't. But I do genuinely regret that.
Yeah.
And do wish... And all four of us boys were going... No, man, this ain't great. This is awful. And we were watching them. We were on it was in like a cliff in Malta.
Right.
This place where we were at, and you could see the sea. And these dolphins just kept jumping, and all they could see is the whole fucking ocean.
Don't. That makes me want to cry.
Yeah, it was really...
You adopt a dolphin for me every year for Christmas.
Yeah, I give money to Rico Barry's Dolphin Project every year on your behalf as your Christmas present.
My favourite Christmas present.
And then I just print something out.
You do.
I just print, you've given money to the
though.
Dolphin Project, and I go, there you go. But yeah, Stuart, slightly... we will ban people from swimming with dolphins.
Yeah, but not for your reason.
But not because it just irritates you.
Yeah.
Not because the dolphins annoy you.
No, it's because the people are the bam pots.
Yeah. Shouldn't be swimming with dolphins.
No, definitely
I think everyone agrees with that, don't they?
Yeah, SeaWorld, shut it down.
I think everyone's against SeaWorld
Empty the
and
tanks.
stuff. Yeah.
They're not, that's a problem.
Yeah. Well,
wouldn't still be
but
going.
Also, let them out first before you empty them. Because they might just go, well, you wanted them emptied. There's a great big fucking killer whale just sort of go,
what does it do? You went red.
But yes, 2 new Buckleys laws there. And if anyone is a big fan of the podcast and would like to start writing down the laws...
Manifesto.
Yeah. Maybe send us in. I'd like it in a leather-bound book or something.
Right, nice. Yeah.
Sort of gold embossed writing Buckley's Law.
Right.
And on that note, we should probably say goodbye. We've done our Buckley's Laws. I've moaned a bit. We found out that I'm allergic to apples and goat hair.
That's the 2 you're going with. You're ignoring the curry and
on that note, we should probably
ketchup.
say that's it for this episode of the Buckleys. Thank you very much for listening or watching. If you watch, you weirdo. Remember that you can get in touch with your stories and questions by emailing the Buckleys at platformmedia.uk. You can always message us anything you want to message us at the Buckleys Pod on Instagram and TikTok. And make sure you're following. Give us a little follow. If you listen to us every week and you're not following, that's fucking nuts. All right? Give us a little follow, subscribe or whatever. And you can do that on Spotify or whatever podcast app you like to use. And if you're feeling extra, what's wrong?
I don't know. I feel like you're doing a hole here and you can't quite get back up.
If you're feeling extra generous, why not go ahead and leave us a review? All that is left is for Claire to say...
See you next Thursday.
There you go, guys. What an episode. That was amazing. That was incredible.